Jay-Z has been trending for some weeks now after people started digging some major connections between him and Diddy. Apparently, Beyonce was never aware of his shading dealings with Diddy, and now she wants nothing to do with him. These rumors started a few months ago when Jason Lee boldly blackmailed Beyonce on camera on his show. He threatened to spill some major tea about her personal life unless she convinced Kelly Rowland to have a sit-down interview with him. And at the time, a lot of people didn't know what he was talking about, but now people believe it had something to do with Beyonce secretly separating from Jay.
I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now. Ooh. And that's where I go back to, like, we're friends in the game. We support each other. We help each other out. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood? Like, oh, what I do, you know that, Yvette, we're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
Now, if y'all remember, these were all allegations about Jay keeping Beyonce hooked on nose candy and other substances so he could manipulate and control her. This was revealed by Beyonce's ex-bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who claimed that he personally saw Jay feed Beyonce with those substances to keep her under control.
Yeah, Beyonce's on. She been on them for a long time. And you keep her that way.
In fact, there was a viral video of Beyonce looking real zoned out at a basketball game. She could hardly keep her eyes open, and she kept slowly swinging her head side to side just so she could try to stay awake. However, it's just one man saying all this, so we really don't know if he just trying to clout chase or if he actually saw it. And baby, as if that ain't bad enough, there's also rumors about Jay luring Beyonce into a relationship with him when she was just 18 and he was pushing 30. Now, mind you, Beyonce never really had much of a social life growing up. She was tied into her career right from when she was a teenager and only had one boyfriend when she was in high school. People believe that this is why Beyonce stayed with Jay after he cheated on her. He is the only man she's ever known since she was 18. Her entire career is centered around him, and she's built a family with that man. She really doesn't know what it's like to be a woman on her own without him in the picture.
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh, you guys, Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me.
Do y'all realize how similar this is to what Diddy did to Cassie? He started dating her when she was just 19 and promised her a career in Hollywood, only for him to put her through hell. And baby, according to what the street's saying, Beyonce and Jay-Z have been separated for a little minute, but they're yet to publicize. It's kind of similar to what Jada Smith recently revealed about what she and Will have been going through, living separate lives since 2016. Maybe this is the tea that Jason Lee had on Beyonce, and now blogger Storm Monroe also hinted to something similar.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Y'all remember, Jay-Z also decided to put the Grammys on blast for snubbing Beyonce and not giving her the award for Album of the Year, even though she's more than qualified for it. A lot of people actually agreed with him and applauded him for speaking up for her. However, folks also couldn't help but notice how visibly uncomfortable and annoyed that Beyonce looked while he was doing this. Not only that, but instead of calling her by her name or even calling her his wife, he referred to her as this young lady, which was a major flag that something was very off with him.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
And what's even crazier is that just a few days before the Grammys, Jay-Z was exposed by rapper MIA, who was previously signed to Roc Nation and managed by Jay-Z. She accused Jay of receiving a huge sum of money from her billionaire baby daddy Benjamin Bronfman, she claims that Benjamin gave Jay the money so Jay wouldn't interfere in a court battle that she and Benjamin were going through at the time that she lost custody of her son. She said, "My first custody battle was 2013. My child was 4. I was managed by Jay-Z, who ultimately was paid by Bronfmans. The day I was served for my child, Rock Nation stopped all communications with me, and all my emails to Jay-Z asking for help was wiped away from my inbox. My house was broken into, and every laptop was taken. I was trapped in Brooklyn on order served that restricted me leaving Brooklyn for 15 years. Jaguar Wright also revealed a few months ago that Jay-Z is the actual kingpin of the industry, and that he's a lot worse than Diddy. According to Jaguar, the only reason that Jay ain't been caught yet is because he's a lot smarter than Diddy, and he does things a little more carefully.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
He been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years. He's worse.
Jaguar also said she believes the lawsuit and the allegations that have been slapped against Diddy have the potential of exposing Jay-Z for who he really is.
So
I think the TPD trial has the potential to force Sean Combs to finally be honest about some things that he hasn't been honest about, which could create great leverage for knocking that big lip camel face back into the oblivion in the depths of hell where he came from.